Okay, so let's jump into this video and talk about working with our water meth injection in our AEM Pro software. So when we spray water meth, we're going to be finding we have to reduce some fuel from our main fuel table and add some spark timing from our main spark timing table to compensate when the meth is spraying. So in order to do this, typically we're going to be altering our main fuel and ignition timing tables. And when we get into a situation, if the water meth stops working, we're going to be in trouble. We're going to have not enough fuel and too much ignition timing. So we're going to be lean and have overly aggressive timing, and then we're going to find we have a blown engine. So in order to properly tune with our water meth, we're going to have to put in some fail safes for our software. So if it fails and our water meth controller is going to be sending the output to the AEM, it's going to know what to do and detune the engine. So if we get into boost, it's not going to damage anything. We're going to have extra fuel at it, and we're going to have spark timing taken away with some secondary compensation tables. I'm going to be walking you through how that works and what we need to do to implement this with our AEM Pro software. Without further wait, let's jump in so we can check this out. Okay, so let's get started here. We're going to be taking a look at our water meth injection and using it with our AEM Pro software. So when we spray water meth, we are going to find, as we're spraying the meth specifically into the engine, we are going to run rich. If we're spraying our fuel where we were previously not spraying the meth and we had our air fuel dialed in, once the meth comes in and starts to spray, we'll find that it richens up. Now, in order to combat that, we have to reduce fuel here that are coming out of our fuel injector, so our main fuel table here has to get turned down. And then we'll also find in our ignition timing table here, we're going to have to add some more ignition timing to take advantage of having the cooler combustion temperatures, as well as having the increased octane from spraying the meth into the engine. So we'll find that we have to reduce the fuel in our main fuel table and increase the spark timing from our main spark timing table here. So what happens if we get into a situation where we want to turn off our water meth controller? Well, we can't do that. We have to have it on all the time. If we've compensated for it in our main fuel table and our spark timing table here, if we simply turn it off, we're going to run lean, and then we're going to run too much ignition timing and boost. We'll find the engine's going to be damaged. We also can get into the situation where if we're driving around and let's say we run out of fluid and we don't know it, and we're going to find that all of a sudden now we have the same situation going on here where we don't have enough fuel and our spark timing is too much and we have a blown engine. So both situations are something we have to kind of keep in mind. Now we have two different strategies we can implement to deal with this. In order to kind of understand this a little bit better, let's take a look at the AEM water meth controller and how it's going to be working. Because that's typically what I use when I use water meth injection. It's a pretty inexpensive water meth kit, and I really like the way that the controller brain works. It has failsafe built in,